श्री गुरवे नमः।
श्री गुरवे नमः।
आचार्यं मां विजानीयान् नावमन्येत कर्हिचित् नमर्त्य बुद्ध्या सूयेत सर्वदेव मयो गुरु। हे परम प्रियतम,
हे परम प्रियतम,
पूर्णतम पुरुषोत्तम श्री कृष्ण,
पूर्णतम पुरुषोत्तम श्री कृष्ण,
तुमसे विमुख होने के कारण,
तुमसे विमुख होने के कारण
अनादिकाल से हमने अनंतानंत दुख पाए,
अनंतानंत दुख पाए
एवं पा रहे हैं। पाप करते करते अंतःकरण इतना मलिन हो चुका है कि रसिकों द्वारा यह जानने पर भी कि तुम अपनी भुजाओं को पसारे, अपनी वात्सल्यमयी दृष्टि से हमारी प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हो। तुम्हारी शरण में नहीं आ पाता। हे अशरण शरण, तुम्हारी कृपा के बिना तुम्हें कोई जान भी तो नहीं सकता। ऐसी स्थिति में हे अकारण करुण, पतित पावन श्री कृष्ण, तुम अपनी अहेतुकी कृपा से ही हमको अपना लो। हे करुणा सागर, हम भुक्ति मुक्ति आदि कुछ नहीं मांगते। हमें तो केवल तुम्हारे निष्काम प्रेम की ही एकमात्र चाह है। हे नाथ, अपने विरध की ओर देखकर इस अधम को निराश न करो। हे जीवन धन, अब बहुत हो चुका। अब तो तुम्हारे प्रेम के बिना यह जीवन मृत्यु से भी अधिक भयानक है। अतएव प्रेम भिक्षाम देहि, प्रेम भिक्षाम देहि, प्रेम भिक्षाम देहि। बोलिए साकेत बिहारी श्री राघवेंद्र सरकार की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी श्री यादवेंद्र सरकार की जय। श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। Please stand for Jagat Guru Aarti and prayers. जयति जगद गुरु गुरुवर की, गाओ मिले आरती रसिक वर की। गाओ गाओ मिले आरती रसिक वर की। गुरुपद नखमणि चंद्रिका प्रकाश, जाके उर बसे ताके मोह तम नाश। जाके माथ नाथ तब हाथ करे वास, ताते होए माया मोह सब ही निराश। पावे गति मति रति राधा वर की, गाओ मिले आरती रसिक वर की। गाओ गाओ मिले आरती रसिक वर की। अरे मन मूढ़ छाड़ नारी नर हाथ, गुरु बिनु ब्रह्म श्याम न देंगे साथ। कोमल कृपालु बड़े कृपा सिंधु नाथ, पाके इन्हें आज तू अनाथ हो सनाथ। इन्हीं के अधीन कृपा गिरिधर की, गाओ मिले आरती रसिक वर की। गाओ गाओ मिले आरती रसिक वर की। भक्ति योग रस अवतार अभिराम, करे निगमागम समन्वय ललाम। श्यामा श्याम नाम रूप लीला गुण धाम, बांट रहे प्रेम निष्काम बिनु दाम। हो रही सफल काया नर नर की, गाओ मिली आरती रसिक वर की। गाओ गाओ मिली आरती रसिक वर की। लली लाल लीला का सलोना सुविलास, छाया दिव्य दृष्टि विच प्रेम का प्रकाश। वैसा ही विनोद वही मंजू मृदु हास, करें बस बर बस उच्च अट्टहास। झूमी चले चाल वही नटवर की, गाओ मिली आरती रसिक वर की। गाओ मिली आरती रसिक वर की। जयति जगद गुरु गुरुवर की, गाओ मिली आरती रसिक वर की। गाओ गाओ मिली आरती रसिक वर की। मतप्रेयान राधिका प्रेयान, मधवो राधिका धव। तस्मादपि गरीयान्यो कृपालुर्मे जगद्गुरु गुरुं भजति श्रीकृष्णः श्रीकृष्णं भजते गुरु सिद्धान्ततस्त्व भेदेऽपि कृपालुर्मे गुरुर्महान् यस्य साक्षात् भगवती ज्ञानदीपप्रदे गुरौ बोलिए मर्त्यासधि श्रुतं तस्य सर्वं कुञ्जरशौचवत् एष वै भगवान् साक्षात् प्रधान पुरुषेश्वरः योगेश्वरैर्विमृग्यान्घ्रिर्लोकोऽयं मन्यते नरम् यमुनानिकटतटस्थित वृन्दावनकानने महारम्ये कल्पद्रुमतलभूमौ चरणं चरणोपरिस्थाप्य तिष्ठन्तं घननीलं स्वतेजसा भासयन्तमिह विश्वं पीताम्बरपरिधानं चन्दनकर्पूरलिप्तसर्वाङ्गम् कर्णपूर्णनेत्रं कुण्डलयुगमण्डितश्रवणं मन्दस्मितमुखकमलं सकौस्तुभोदारमणिहारं वलयाङ्गुलीयकाद्या नुज्ज्वलयन्तं स्वलङ्कारान् गलविलुलितवनमालं स्वतेजसा पास्तकलिकालं गुञ्जारवालि कलितं गुञ्जापुञ्जान्विते शिरसि भुञ्जानं सह गोपैः कुञ्जान्तर्वर्तिनं नमत मन्दारपुष्पवासित मन्दानिलसेवितपरानन्दं मन्दाकिनीयुतपदं नमत महानन्ददं महापुरुषं सुरभीकृतदिग्वलयं सुरभिशतैरावृतः परितः सुरभीतिक्षपण महासुरभीमं यादवं नमत अशरण शरण महाप्रभो तुम स्वामी हम दास कीजय कृपा कृपालु मम लीजय गुरु सहवास
तुम दीनन
रखवार हम अहंकार अवतार अस करु कृपा कृपालु दीन बनो सरकार हो ऐसो हो पतित जो पतित न आप ही मान ऐसे पतित विचित्र को पावन करु तब जान सबे भिखारी जगत के, जे दिखनाते दार,
दिव्य
प्रेम आनंद के तुम एक साहूकार। धनी गुरुवर धाम निवास सुनो मन,
पुण्य न पुंज सो पाए जो, पनिदीन प्रपन्न रहो
गुरु के नित सेवा सोताही रिझाई जो। मन ते हरि को गुरु को सुमिरो, रसना सो सदा गुण गाइए जो।
क्षण भंगुर
जीवन जानी लना, क्षण हो जनी व्यर्थ गमाइए जो। सब धामन वारो वृंदावन पे, और वृंदावन हूँ गुरु धाम पे वारो।
जो गुरु के पद प्रीति जुरी तो, भजो चली आवे गो।
ब्रह्म विचारो है हरि निर्मल भक्तन को,
गुरु है
अधमों को उदाहरण हारो। औरन को गुरु हो या न हो,
गुरु
मेरो कृपालु
सुभाग
हमारो।
औरन को गुरु
हो या न हो,
गुरु
मेरो कृपालु
सुभाग हमारो।
बोलिए वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। जगत गुरु तम श्री कृपालु जी महाराज की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। श्री भक्ति धाम की जय। Book number 1, page number is 108. Towards the middle of the page, 108. जय जय पिय प्यारी सुकुमारी, भोरी भारी नथवारी। सुकुमारी भोरी भारी नथवारी। जय जय पिय प्यारी सुकुमारी, नथवारी। जय जय पिय प्यारी सुकुमारी, छवि प्यारी ऊंचे महल अटावारी जय जय बलिहारी छवि प्यारी ऊंचे महल अटावारी महल अटावारी जय जय पिय प्यारी सुकुमारी होरी भारी नथवारी जय जय पिय प्यारी सुकुमारी भोरी भारी नथवारी जय जय बलिहारी छवि प्यारी अगणित उमा रमा वारी जय जय पिय प्यारी सुकुमारी भोरी भारी नथवारी जय जय गिरिधारी गिरिधारी बनवारी गिरिधारी बनवारी गतिमती रति अति मत वारी। जय जय गिरिधारी बनवारी गतिमति रति अतिमत वारी। जय गतिमति रति अतिमत वारी। जय जय गतिमति रति अतिमत वारी। जय जय पिय प्यारी सुकुमारी भोरी भारी नथवारी। जय जय नटवारी छवि न्यारी नवल नवल लीला धारी। जय जय नटवारी छवि न्यारी नवल नवल लीला धारी। जय नवल नवल लीला धारी। जय जय नवल नवल लीला धारी। जय जय पिय प्यारी सुकुमारी भोरी नथवारी। जय जय एक तोरी तनु गोरी नीलोरी तनु एक कोरी। जय जय एक तोरी तनु गोरी नीलोरी तनु एक कोरी। जय जय प्रिय प्यारी सुकुमारी भोरी भारी नथवारी। जय जय रस बोरी जय जय रस बोरी भल जोरी लो कृपालु मम चित चोरी। जय जय रस बोरी भल जोरी लो कृपालु मम चित चोरी। गाइए ताली बजाइए।
भल जोरी
लो कृपालु मम चित चोरी। जय जय लो कृपालु मम चित चोरी। जय जय प्रिय प्यारी सुकुमारी भोरी भारी नथवारी जय जय प्रिय प्यारी सुकुमारी भोरी भारी नथवारी जय जय प्रिय प्यारी सुकुमारी भोरी भारी नथवारी In the same book, page number 190, 190. This Kirtan is from the book Yugal Shatak. कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे कहाँ घट जाए तोरा कृपा करो राधे कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे, कहाँ घटी जाए तोरा, कृपा करो राधे,
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे, कहाँ घटी जाए तोरा, कृपा करो राधे,
कृपा करो कृपा करो। तेरा तो है तन मन प्राण, कृपा राधे,
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 तू तो एक कृपा को ही, तू तो एक कृपा को ही दूजा रूप राधे,
तू तो एक कृपा को ही दूजा रूप राधे,
तू तो एक कृपा को ही दूजा रूप राधे,
तू तो एक कृपा को ही दूजा रूप
राधे, कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे, कहाँ घटी जाए तोरा, कृपा करो राधे,
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे, कहाँ घटी जाए तोरा, कृपा करो राधे,
कृपा करो कृपा करो। तेरा ओ तेरा तो है एक काम, तेरा तो है एक काम, कृपा कृपा राधे,
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 कृपा बिनु तू तो राधे।
कृपा बिनु तू तो रही नहीं सक राधे।
कृपा बिनु तू तो रही सक नहीं राधे।
कृपा बिनु तू तो रही नहीं सक राधे।
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे। कहाँ घटी जाय तोरा कृपा करो राधे।
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे। कहाँ घटी जाए तोरा कृपा करो राधे।
कृपा करो कृपा करो। जग जाने जल मीन जीवन राधे।
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 ओ ऐसे ही कृपा तेरा ऐसे ही कृपा तेरा जीवन राधे।
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 कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे। कहाँ घटी जाए तोरा कृपा करो राधे।
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे। कहाँ घटी जाए तोरा कृपा करो राधे।
कृपा करो कृपा करो। यूं तो सुर नर सब कृपा करे राधे।
यूं तो सुर नर सब कृपा करे राधे।
यूं तो सुर नर सब कृपा करे राधे।
यो तो सुर नर सब कृपा करे राधे।
किंतु किंतु उनकी कृपा, किंतु उनकी कृपा सकारण राधे।
किंतु उनकी कृपा सकारण राधे।
किंतु उनकी कृपा सकारण राधे।
किंतु उनकी कृपा
सकारण राधे। कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे। कहाँ घट जाय तोरा कृपा करो राधे।
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे। कहाँ घट जाय तोरा कृपा करो राधे।
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो। तू तो है अकारण कृपामयी राधे।
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 दीन जन पर ही तू, दीन जन पर ही तू कृपा करे राधे।
दीन जन पर ही तू कृपा करे राधे।
किंतु ओ दीन जन पर ही तू कृपा करे राधे।
दीन जन पर ही तू कृपा करे राधे।
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपामयी राधे। कहाँ घटे जाय तोरा कृपा करो राधे।
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे।
कृपा करो, कृपा करो। तेरी कृपा ते ही विधि रचे जग राधे।
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 तेरी कृपा ते ही हरि, तेरी कृपा ते ही हरि पाले जग राधे।
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 कृपा करो, कृपा करो, कृपा करो राधे। कहाँ घटी जाय तोरा, कृपा करो राधे।
कृपा करो, कृपा करो, कृपा करो राधे। कहाँ घटी जाय तोरा, कृपा करो राधे।
कृपा करो, कृपा करो। तेरी कृपा ते ही शिव नासे जग राधे।
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 तेरी कृपा बिनु पत्ता, तेरी कृपा बिनु पत्ता हिले नहीं राधे।
तेरी कृपा बिनु पत्ता हिले नहीं राधे।
तेरी कृपा बिनु पत्ता हिले नहीं राधे।
तेरी कृपा बिनु पत्ता हिले नहीं
राधे। कृपा करो, कृपा करो, कृपा करो राधे। कहाँ घटी जाय तोरा, कृपा करो राधे।
कृपा करो, कृपा करो, कृपा करो राधे।
कृपालु तेरी कृपा ते कृपालु बने ब्रह्म राधे
तेरी कृपा ते कृपालु बने ब्रह्म राधे
तेरी कृपा ते कृपालु तेरी कृपा ते कृपालु बने ब्रह्म राधे
तेरी कृपा ते कृपालु बने ब्रह्म राधे
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे कहाँ घट जाए तोरा कृपा करो राधे
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे कहाँ घट जाए तोरा कृपा करो राधे
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे कहाँ घटी जाए तोरा कृपा करो राधे
कृपा करो कृपा करो कृपा करो राधे कहाँ घट जाए तोरा कृपा करो राधे
बोलिए राधा रानी महारानी की जय करुणामयी राधा रानी की बड़े धीमे स्वर से बोल रहे हैं करुणामयी राधा रानी की जय The year is soon coming to an end, and it seems like it was a very short while ago that we were welcoming 2022, and now it is leaving us. There's a tradition of celebrating the new year. All over the world there will be celebrations. Celebrations with singing, dancing, good food, etc. But if we think about it spiritually, the arrival of the new year is nothing to celebrate. It should give us pause. It should make us reflect on what we have done throughout the year. Why are we celebrating that we have less time now? It's like on our birthday, we celebrate. What are we celebrating? That one more year of our life has been spent? Jagat Guru Shri Kripaluji Maharaj says, Prati janma din par Govind Radhe Socho ayu biti jati Bhakti kara de. On your birthday, think to yourself, my life is now shorter. One more year has been spent in my life, and now I must get very serious about devotion. I must become very serious about realizing the aim of my life, the aim of my existence. So now there's less time left. With the advent of the new year, we have spent one more year of our life. If it is advantageous for us, if the passage of time is advantageous for us, then we should celebrate. Let's say there is a man who's incarcerated, he's in jail, and he is in jail for 10 years. Then he looks forward to the passing of every day, because there's one more day that he has spent in jail. That means that he's getting closer and closer. With every passing day, he's getting closer and closer to the release date. So he keeps track. A whole year has passed. Now I have 9 more years. And then I have only 7 more years. I have 5 years. Then 1 year, 1 month, 1 week. And finally he says, tomorrow I'm getting out. So if we're in such a situation where the passage of time is advantageous for us, please don't use your cell phones. So if we're in such a situation where passage of time is better for us, it's good, time is passing, then we should celebrate. But this time that we have been given is infinitely precious. This life we have been given, this human birth, it is so desirable by every other creature. Insects, birds, animals, plants, trees, they definitely desire the human form of life, but even Devatas desire it. You know this very well. But this is a time for reflection. It's a time to go over the knowledge that we already have. Yes, we know very well that Devatas desire to be born human, because they don't have one privilege that we have, and that is a huge privilege. Devatas have more beauty than us, they have more other privileges, they have more than us, they have more knowledge, they are definitely more knowledgeable, but they don't have the one thing that only we have, and that is the right to perform fruit-bearing actions. We have the right to perform karma, they do not, and that is a huge privilege. We often take for granted even the most precious thing that we have in our possession. It is human nature. We are humans, and it is our nature to take even the rarest possession that has been given to us for granted. So this life is the rarest gem that has been given to us, and it's not given very easily. The Ramayana says, "Kabaho kakari karuna naradehi det ish binu hetu sanehi." The causelessly merciful God gives the human form of life, the greatest gift of the human form of life, very rarely to the most fortunate soul. So we are one of those most fortunate souls that has been given the human form of life. And not only that, being born in India is one of the greatest privileges. And if we were not born there, then our ancestors were born there. It is a rare, rare privilege. And even on top of that, being born in a family of believers. I don't think anyone over here was born in a family of atheists. Being born in a family that believes in God, that is, again, a huge privilege. Because right from the beginning, the child sees images of God throughout the house. Family members may not be super spiritual, but there will be images of God throughout the house. There will be a calendar with Lord Krishna's picture on it, some picture of God on it. There will be some amount of prayers done at home, or the family will take the child to the temple because they are believers in God. They may not be lovers of God, but they might be just fearing God, but at least they believe in God. And they are at least doing something out of fear, if not love. Maybe one day love will come in. Because as long as we are fearing God, we can't really love Him. And love Him we must. But even if that family fears God, they're still doing something. They have something to do with God, and the child who's being raised in the family is very fortunate. And then on top of that, if we have a guru in our lives, if a guru has come our way and we, with the grace of God, we have recognized him to be a guru, that is, again, another great, great privilege. So it amounts to this, that we are some of the most fortunate people on earth. But now we have to think, do I reflect on this? Do I believe that I am one of the most fortunate people on earth? Perhaps not. Perhaps we are thinking, I'm so unlucky. So often we think, oh, that one is so lucky. I'm so unlucky. I'm so unfortunate. Why aren't we always looking happy? Why are we not always cheerful? Why are we not always lost in this ecstasy that we are the most fortunate? We are some of the most fortunate people on earth. Because we forget what we have in our possession. We just while away our time. We even talk about killing time. Hey, I've got some time to kill. Do you want to play cards? Let's watch TV. Let's watch a movie. Let's go out. Let's just go for a drive. I've got some time to kill. Shri Maharaj Ji says, if you've got 5 extra minutes, 5 minutes in which you have nothing to do, take advantage of those 5 minutes and do Rup Dhyan. Grab that time, make best use of it, because that time will not come back. Don't while it away, don't waste it. Our mind has to be doing something or the other all the time. All the time, the mind has to be busy. If it's not doing Rup Dhyan, if we are not thinking about God, if the mind is not thinking about God, it is thinking about the world, because there's nothing else that the mind can think about, either God or the world. So if we have 5 minutes, now you can either think about the world, and usually when we think about the world, it's about love, someone you love, someone you hate, someone you're attached to with love or hatred, or there are feelings of envy that come in, there are feelings of resentment that come in. Why bring those thoughts into the mind when we can bring Shri Krishna into the mind, when we can do Rup Dhyan? 5 free minutes, let me do Rup Dhyan. I have 20 minutes in which I have nothing to do, let me do Rup Dhyan. But we come to this point only when we realize the greatest fortune that we are blessed with. With this mind of ours, which is the most powerful tool that God has given to us, there is something that we are able to do which can either uplift us or take us down. Our mind has the power to do chintan. Our mind has the power to reflect, to bring and repeatedly bring, deliberately bring desirable thoughts into the mind, that is, doing chintan. We can do uplifting chintan. We can do positive chintan. We can feel very happy about what we have. We can shed tears of gratitude. We can make plans to uplift ourselves spiritually. We can do all that, or we can do negative chintan. Let's say there's a student who has failed the final exam. Now the student, she can either think, well, I have failed and I know I've been careless, I didn't try so hard, but I intend to work harder. And there's a lot of enthusiasm. Even though she has failed, But so what? Failure is a part of life, she thinks. So I'll work harder, I will get through. What will my parents, how will they react? They love me, they'll understand. And I will promise to them that I will not be careless in the future. Or this same student can think, I have failed, I'm a failure, I'll never amount to anything. My parents are going to kill me. I cannot show them my face. I just cannot. There are some countries in which failing an exam is completely devastating for a lot of students. And so the student thinks, I may as well die because life is not worth living anymore. And foolishly, she does the negative chintan, wrong chintan, and she ends up killing herself. But she didn't have to do that. She could do positive chintan. We can all do that. We can do negative chintan and we can make ourselves sick with worry. We can make ourselves physically sick because the body and mind have a very strong connection. We can make ourselves physically sick by just doing chintan. Just sitting down at home, we can do so much chintan that we would have to go into a hospital because we've gotten so sick. What happened? Just thought a lot. I was just thinking a lot. And you ended up in a hospital? I can't do anything. I can't get out of bed. I just can't go to work. Can't do anything. I've got into severe depression because of what I thought about. Because of my thoughts. I became so depressed that I could not do anything for 6 whole months. It happens. I'm not saying that wrong chintan is the only reason for that. There are other physiological reasons for that, but quite often the wrong chintan is responsible for this. So our mind is the most powerful tool that we have, and we must protect it and we must use it well. There's a bodyguard who's been given a gun because of the obvious reason, he's a bodyguard. He has this tremendous power. But what if he turns a gun onto himself? He has misused that power. He has used it foolishly. He has killed himself. We have been given this tremendous power. So now we have a responsibility to ourselves to use that power wisely. Shri Maharajji used to quote, or he used to tell us about a lecture that the then president of the US, Eisenhower, said in India in a lecture. He gave a speech and he said, God has given America tremendous power, but we pray to God so that we have the intelligence to use the power wisely. I'm not quoting exactly, but this was the gist. So we have been given this tremendous power. We are not powerless. We are extremely powerful. This mind that we have, powerful tool. So when thoughts of discouragement come in, we can chase them away using the power of chintan that every mind, our human mind has been given. We don't have to just go with the flow of those negative thoughts, damaging thoughts. Because this mind is so important for us. It is the reason behind bondage to this world, and it is the reason behind liberation from it. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoh. Tej Bindu Upanishad. And this verse is so important that it's in many scriptures. Not only in one Upanishad, it's in many scriptures. Like Narad Puran also. So, mind alone is the reason behind bondage to this world as well as liberation from it. But if we are not aware of it, if we don't regularly remind ourselves of this, then we will not use the power that has been given to us. Either that powerful tool will not be used, and that's a shame, or we'll use it unwisely, and that is also a shame. Why do we think we are weak? why do we think that we are so helpless? God has made us the strongest of all. There are wild animals and very powerful animals, lions and elephants. But we, humans, we use these animals. We put them in the circus. We use elephants and the like, huge animals, very powerful animals. We use them as beasts of burden. We control, we have the power to control even a ferocious animal like a lion. We make money out of these creatures because we have something that is more powerful than their powerful body. We have a powerful mind. So these animals are brought under our control because we have a very advanced mind. We have a very powerful mind. And this mind we are using every single day, every single moment, we are using it. And this life is precious. We may not have the human birth next time around. Bade bhag manush tanu pava, bade bhag manush tanu pava, sur durlabh sad granthani gava. Getting the human form of life, lifetime after lifetime, is no guarantee. This human life has to be deserved. So this time around, we have become deserving of it. We don't know what lies for us in the future. So the time we have been given in this life is extremely important. Extremely, extremely important. Shri Maharaj Ji used to caution us so often, think about the privileges you have been given. Think about them, reflect upon them, do something about your situation. He used to say, read yourself, reading karo. Reading karo, examine yourself, examine what's going on in your mind. Where did the year go? What did I do throughout the year? How much devotion did I practice? How much effort did I make to improve myself? We all want to improve. We may not say that to anyone else, because in front of others we like to pretend we are perfect. But we know we are not perfect by any means, so we all want to improve something or the other, many things within us. So we have to ask, what did I do in 2022 to improve myself? Did I try to work on my anger issues? Did I try to work on my attachments in the world? Did I try to work on my devotion? Did I do more devotion? Did I increase the time that I give to Rup Dhyan? Did I try to get rid of negative thoughts? How hard have I tried in this year that's soon coming to an end to be a kinder person, a more compassionate person? The qualities that a devotee should have: simplicity, tolerance, humility, generosity. Did I try to get more of these qualities, to imbibe more of these qualities? These are the important questions. We have a lot of questions, but a lot of those questions are not relevant to our spiritual progress. In fact, they are detrimental to our spiritual progress. We are very inquisitive. We have a lot of questions. What's going on with the neighbor? What is going on with the neighbor? Shed some light on that. We like to know so much We like to ask questions, we like to be nosy, we like to find out, we like to hear the gossip. And when somebody says, "Did you hear the news?" we say, "Yeah, I've got all the news of the neighborhood. I've got all the news of the satsang. I've got all the news. I have all the news. Whatever's going on in my family, my immediate family, my extended family, I know all about it. Because I'm so inquisitive, I try to find out more and more." There was a man who was a farmer in India, and he had many cows. One of those cows had horns that some of the cows in India, they do have horns. So those horns were shaped like, they were like almost circular. And he thought, I wonder if my head will fit in this gap created by the horns of this cow. And he thought about it again and again. This question popped into his mind, and he didn't think, well, that's a silly question. Let me think of something more useful. He just thought about it a long time. Then one day he thought, the cow is resting, eyes are closed. This is a perfect time to see if my head fits. I need to get an answer to my question. So he put his head in, and he was very happy because he said, it does fit. My head does fit in this gap. The only problem was when he wanted to get out, he could not. He just couldn't. So then what happened was the cow became really afraid, because what's happening? There's something going on up there. So the cow got up, and this man was now airborne. And the cow started running because the animal was scared, and this man is frightened for his life, and the cow is running wildly, and he's yelling for help. Help me, rescue me, save me. And after some time, the fellow farmers, neighboring farmers, they heard him, and they came upon the scene and they said, what's this? They rubbed their eyes. What's this? What's going on? So with great difficulty, they managed to calm the animal down, and with greater difficulty, they managed to yank this man's head out. And then they took him to task. They said, why did you do this? And he said, well, just like that. No, I mean, did you not think about it before you did it? And he said, no, I did think about it. I will have you know that I thought about it for 1.5 years. You thought about such a silly thing for 1.5 years? Yes. But that kind of thinking, we may not be having the same question as a silly farmer, but we do have some really silly questions. Silly, silly questions. If we think about it, why do I want to know that? Why do I wish to know? So when it comes to questions, we must be discerning, we must discriminate. Which is a good question to have, and which is a question or even a thought that I need to just get out of my mind? Which are the thoughts I need to keep in my mind, and which are the thoughts I need to get rid of immediately? We do have the power to do the right chintan. There's a word called, the word is a very nice word, very useful word for us. It is called vivek, meaning discrimination. We must be discerning, we must be discriminating. We must discriminate between what is important and what is unimportant, between what is real and what is unreal. We must be able to discriminate between what is eternal and what is temporary. I am giving so much of my time to thinking about the body, which is impermanent. One day this body will be destroyed. And I'm spending so much time on this body, trying to make it look good. I'm pampering this body. I am trying to give it luxury. Why? How much time am I giving to the soul, which is eternal? How much time am I giving to the body, and how much time am I giving to the soul? And we must think, why did God give me this body? We know because we have been blessed with a guru who has told us. So, how much charity have I done in 2022? How much charity have I done? How much money have I spent on my body? And how much have I spent on my soul? The charity that we do, that is good for the soul. Everything else, or the money spent on the body, that is not going to do us any good. This is why Shri Krishna says in the Bhagavatam, Yavat bhriyeta jataram tavat swatvam hi dehi nam. O humans, you have the right to claim, you have the right to use the amount of wealth that is sufficient for your basic needs. The rest you must give away. You must donate. And that too, to the right cause. Indiscriminate giving? No, not that. But very discriminate giving. Where should I be giving? So how much of my wealth did I put in the bank for a rainy day? Or for the children, for the grandchildren? Some people say, I have accumulated so much wealth that 7 generations they won't have to worry about money. Wow. How much money did you leave in the bank? How much? And the children are getting spoiled and they're going wayward. Or how much money have I actually just spent on my body? All this will affect our future. God has given us a basic rule of thumb. 10% of what you have must be going towards charity. 10%. That's the basic rule of thumb. And the one who does not give 10%, Shri Krishna says, Sastena dandamarhati. He is a thief and he will be punished. So we have to think about all this. We are free to do what we like. No doubt, no doubt. We are independent. God allows us to do what we want. He tells us in the scriptures, this is what you should do and this is what you should refrain from doing. But at the end of the day, we have the freedom to do exactly what we want. But when it comes to reaping the fruits of our actions, there's no freedom there. God says, Mr. or ma'am, there's no freedom in reaping the fruits of your actions. You can't tell me at that time, those actions, I don't want fruits of those. Just delete them. Just burn them, ignore them. No, avashyameva bhoktavyam kritam karma shubha shubham. Every action will bear fruit. This is something we need to keep in mind. We do know it, we know it. But we accept, and we also accept it. Not fully, and not all the time. We don't accept it all the time. We forget. We know it, but we forget it. So we need to keep in mind, and we need to think, what did I do in 2022 to reflect that I know this, that I know these are the truths I know. These are the truths I know, that every action has a reaction, that I must do Rup Dhyan. If I do Rup Dhyan diligently, then there is a very good possibility that I will be born a human in my next life so I can continue with my devotional progress. Otherwise, I'll be demoted. This is what the scriptures say. And we have to think, do I have faith in scriptures? Do I have faith in my Guru's words? The answer is yes. Then what am I doing? What have I done in this year that passed, in the 365 days? What have I done? The year is soon coming to an end, and then we'll celebrate once again. And of course, there's nothing wrong with celebrating it in the right way. We are going to be celebrating the advent of the new year with Hare Ram Sankirtan, 12 hours. And that is a wonderful way to celebrate, because we are reminding ourselves, just as the year is arriving, the new year is arriving, we are reminding ourselves that devotion is first and foremost. It's the first thing we'll do in the new year. Everything else will be done later. But first thing is that we will spend time doing Rup Dhyan. We will do Kirtan Bhajan. We will praise God. We will bring Him into our minds. And we'll do it for many hours. because it takes many hours to think about God for just this much time. When we are in the world, partaking in worldly activities, it takes just a little time for that activity to leave a very long-lasting effect on the mind. We watch a movie, and that movie, 2-hour movie, 3-hour movie, the effect lasts for years. We do years and years of satsang, and the effect is very small on the mind. So we need to reflect on what we have done and what we have not done in the year that's soon coming to an end. We need to do reflection. We need to stop procrastinating. We need to think every moment, this moment may be my last. We do think this about other people. I think this person looks sickly. I don't know if he'll make it to the new year. I don't know if she'll make it to the new year. Like that we think. And we never think, I don't know if I'll last, if I will live to see the new year. We think about others, but we don't think about our own demise. So mindful thinking is something that we should be planning on doing. How much mindful thinking did I do in this year? We need to reflect. Each and every person has their own answer. And then where do I need to make improvements? How much did I improve in this year? Because I had made resolutions in last year too. Spiritual resolutions. I will work on my anger, I will work on this, I'll work on that. How many resolutions did I, how successful was I? And what do I need to do going forward? We must have a plan. We have plans for everything else. We must have a plan going forward. A plan of action. And then the advent of the new year is a very exciting time, and we should celebrate, but in a very spiritual way, as we are going to. That is the best kind of celebration. And that is the best plan that we can have, to think about God, to reflect on our aim in life, to be grateful for the great fortunes that have come our way in this life. Boliye Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki Jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Dhruti, could you do a Kirtan, please?
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय
गोविंद जय जय
गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
श्री राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
श्री राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
श्री राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
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 गोपाल जय जय
गोपाल जय जय
गोपाल जय जय
गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय
गोपाल जय जय
गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय
श्री गोपाल जय जय
गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय
श्री
जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
श्री 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 राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय
श्री राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
श्री राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय 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 जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय
श्री
जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
श्री राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
श्री राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय बोलिए गिरिधर गोविंद गोपाल की
जय। We'll offer Bhog now. अब न और तरसाओ रसिया, आओ आओ भोग लगाओ रसिया।
अपना और तरसाओ रसिया, आओ आओ भोग लगाओ रसिया।
ओ अब न और तरसाओ रसिया, तदपि भाववश ब्रज छछिया लगी, चोरी करत फिर्यो रसिया।
तदपि भाववश ब्रज छछिया लगी, चोरी करत फिर्यो रसिया।
लगाओ रसिया।
रसिया।
भोग लगाओ रसिया।
आओ भोग लगाओ रसिया।
बोलिए श्याम रसिया की
जय।
श्रीमद सतगुरु सरकार
की जय। Please stand for Aarti. आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी की। आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी। दुहुन सिर कनक मुकुट छलके, दुहुन श्रुति कुंडल भल हलके। दुहुन दृग प्रेम सुधा छलके, चसीले बहन रसीले नैन गसीले। दुहुन मैनन मनहारी की बनवारी नथवारी की। आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी। दुहुनि दृग चितवनी परवारी, दुहुनि लट लट कनी छवि न्यारी। दुहुनि भावट कनी अति प्यारी। मुख पान हसन मुस्कान, दसन दम कान। बनवारी नथवारी की। आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी। एक उर पीतांबर फहरे, एक उर नीलांबर लहरे। कंकनन खनक किंकिनी झनक, नुपुरन भनक। धुन रुन झुन धुनि प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी की। आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी। एक सिर मोर मुकुट राजे, एक सिर चुनरी छवि छाजे। दुहुन सिर तिरछे भल भ्राजे, संग ब्रज बाल लाडली लाल बाह गल डाल। कृपाल दृगचारी की बनवारी नथवारी की। आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी की। आरती प्रीतम प्यारी की बनवारी नथवारी। श्री राम श्री राम श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम्। नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणम्। श्री राम श्री राम अदृप अगणित अमित छवि नवनील नीरद सुंदरम पटपीत मानहु तडित रुचि शुचि नौमि जनक सुतावरम
पटपीत
मानहु तडित रुचि शुचि नौमि जनक सुतावरम श्री राम भजु दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंश निकंदनम
रघुनंदन आनंद
कंद कौशल चंद दशरथ नंदनम रघुनंद आनंद कंद कौशल चंद दशरथ नंदनम श्री राम सिर मुकुट कुंडल तिलक चारु उदार अंग विभूषणम आजानु भुज शर चाप धर संग्राम चित हर दूषणम
आजानु
भुज शर चाप धर संग्राम चित हर दूषणम श्री राम इति वदति तुलसी दास शंकर शेष मुनि मनरंजनम मम हृदय कंज निवास गुरु कामादि हरदल गंजनम मम हृदय कंज निवास गुरु कामादि हरदल गंजनम श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भजु मन हरण भव भय दारुणम नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणम श्री राम बोलिए लाडली लाल की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री